Hi there, everybody. My name is Kate. Welcome to my channel, Trinergy Awakens Naturally. Wow, there's a lot going on. I can hardly keep up with everything that's been coming in. This is not specific to the supermoon. We're just going to keep it relevant for those that are currently following the supermoon. Excuse me, the August supermoon of 2023, but this is timeless, of course. Let's talk about the intention, the why we do things, okay? Because this is a very powerful manifesting time. Clue bug, it always is. It's always, we can definitely hop on and synergistically and symbiotically definitely move stuff very, very consciously and well-intended during high energy times. We definitely can. However, trust me, your sovereignty, you grabbing hold of that bugger, you'll get a good, nice jump and ready to go with what you need to know. You'll understand that, oh, okay, I'm just going to need to, get a handle of this so I can enhance this fun even more. And then also know that there's going to be some times when some ugly comes up to greet us when we're dealing with that stuff and we're doing that work. If you dive in, you got to dive into all the way. You can't get into the pool without knowing that there's a deep end and a shallow end in this pool. And you don't have to dive in anywhere in particular. Just be careful where you're diving in, which comes with why are you doing something, okay, versus what you're doing. It's actually more important many times, and on a surface level at least, all things, no matter how good or bad it's perceived to be, to understand why I'm doing something far more than what I'm actually doing. Because if I understand that, obviously murder is that's you're not gonna be able to segue that somewhere until you kind of somehow figure this out. No, I don't mean that, but on a very surface level, the entry-level understanding, Ted Bundy has a few questions to answer about why would you want to do all of that? What would be the reason that you would want to do that? You'd stop him dead in his tracks, no pun intended. You would totally no on that. However, it's still vitally important to know, why did you do that? Because that caused a lot of aberrancy. What caused the aberrant behavior that caused all of the violence and criminality? So it's very crucial often to know why we are doing something far more than what we actually end up doing, because we will find common themes in our why where we're resolved and unresolved, depending on how we're moving. If we're real settled in something, our why is going to have a, righteous reason perhaps, and the others that are maybe self-righteous might cause the what to be quite explosive, but it's still more about, why would I care to do that? Am I drawn to do that? And that helps us start really separating out how we choose the way that we're going to deal with our intentions during high moon cycles or high energy, or just any old given day when we've decided to be a sovereign nation. I think I'll take over command of this ship and kick all those other little captains out of my way, because I already know how to play. I have a higher self that already knows how to do this, and it just connects into so much more. But let me connect with that first, build that relationship, get it going really well. Why? Because I want the cleanest, clearest information that doesn't come from what would be my hell, and what would be for me if I'm intending to walk in integrity. Then what I end up doing will at least be getting me closer and closer and closer and closer into alignment. If I'm blindly doing things, or I have an imbalance in my life and I'm constantly coming up against it, and there's friction, why would I continue to interact with that friction the same way? What is the reason? And if you can get to that, it'll start explaining a whole bunch of those what ended up happening, and it'll actually help to kind of make it easier to deal with it, because as I said, there's common themes in both all the glorious stuff we do and the not so glorious stuff we do, because we're doing our life from all the patterning we ever received all the time. It's just that we're going to act out of that place where we're going to whittle and worm a little bit right there, and where we're totally principled over here, where we're just not principled at all anywhere. I mean, it really depends depends on all of the information that informed everything up to today. So, you know, when I'm preparing for, you know, moon cycle, I don't know that I am until I am, and that's why I'm here going, wow, you know, y'all are busy. I'm going to share this with you because it's just an instance of why I do, right? Gets me plugged into what I do. And this particular thing, I'm not real big on sharing specific things to do, to ritualize people, or to, you know, tell them how to reach their divine places. There's plenty of other people out there in the wide ocean that are happy to guide those, and those that would feel led to go there and get that information, they're going to go right there, assuming that their why and what ends up being very congruent. So I mean, I have to just trust that, no, I'm not comfortable with that one at that level. However, as long as we're all clear that this is all by choice and we understand those whys and whats, then it's good. And even if we don't, it's none of my business. So what I do, sometimes, not always, this time definitely, I just get the word, hey, okay, go get what you sometimes get, what you usually get when we have this all of a sudden, hey. I use, and excuse me, pardon me, this is not brand specific, it doesn't matter. It's a glass bottle, okay? And it doesn't matter to me. I just glass bottle, and brand specific. I don't endorse anybody in particular, so however you get there is however you get there. There's been some holy products given to me that I had to throw out. They made me sick as hell. So that's just somebody else designating sacred and holy does not always vibe in my world. So I'm not gonna learn the hard way on that. But anyway, what ended up happening as I was unfolding all of the whys and whats was a practice that I didn't even know that what it was until I started doing it. I started filling up the little bottle, and I take and again, not brand specific, I take a tea bag. I personally use organic products for the most part because they serve my body best, and I don't care what you eat. I don't, and I'm not going to care about talking about what I eat because it's really irrelevant. Why would we talk about it unless one of us is trying to change or convert the other? And I'm not into that process. We've seen that just really not go well. But anyhow, I take my tea bag and put it into the glass container, fill it up with the water that is the filtered water I use. I'm very lucky too. I live near Manitou Springs and in Colorado, near Colorado Springs, and there's freshwater springs like 7, 12, I don't know, there's a handful of them, and so occasionally I will go over there and get that when I know that's what I need to do. But anyhow, my filtered water, my excuse me, that I put in the fridge, whatever, I fill up my little bottle and I put my tea bag in it, and then I go sit it out on my porch and I leave it, because water carries intelligence. Water carries frequency. Can't remember the guy's name. I will work to make sure I put that reference down there, because I certainly don't want to go without giving you all the information you can use if you can. That I think his name is Fushimoto or something, that he studied water, and water that was placed in a situation where it was listening to classical music, very, very, very well tuned. Schumann resonance type tuning, concert A changed, and when they really played all that music right there at those just supreme building frequencies, the water, they were able to photograph it at a microscopic level. That stuff looked like the most crystalline, beautiful snowflakes that you have ever seen in the world. And when they played other stuff, I don't have any idea if they played music, if it was just a matter that they wrote the words hate or something horrible. You know, they did some horrible something, so they'd have, you know, a comparison, right? And that water over there, those crystals looked terrible. They looked like what those words were saying. I mean, they look like they were visibly doing exactly what nature does, and exactly what 3D does everywhere when we're really looking in all the dimensions of reality. It's expressing what the imbalance is all the time. And ugly snowflakes in the water means we're drinking ugly snowflakes, and you know, we're just keeping that vibe. And if it's carrying vibration, and that's what that vibration does over there, wouldn't it serve us? You know, would it not serve us to consider, yeah, I probably want to do some higher vibing things, known higher vibing things, like fill up some water bottles and I put them out on my porch and let the moon take care of the business after that. And I don't do it every time, and I don't know that it's, you know, something that would work for anybody else at all. I just know that when I was told to do that, it was very helpful for me. And so it's just an illustration of another way to approach your divinity and your understanding of yourself, 1010, and ways that you can possibly pick up, you know, a tip from somebody else. I got that tip about the water thing from someone completely totally related, and she wasn't doing it as pertains to putting it outside for moon water or sun water or anything else. She was just saying put happy words on your water, like label your water. And that's what I started doing. Was I went, you know, that really resonates with me. I think I dig that idea. And then it just evolved on its own, which is the great part of being a wonderful mentor, guide, and teacher. And that woman had no idea. I've never seen her. I just happened to hear it on a video, and I don't follow her. Couldn't even tell you who it was. However, she understood that, hey, this is a great way. You might want to consider doing this, just like I'm saying, that consider whatever, and then jump from there, because whatever great idea you have, could be that that's going to be quite juicy, and I'm going to love that. Thank you. Please share your ideas with me, and then be secure enough in knowing that it might not work the same for me, but I'm so happy to know that you've unfolded someplace in you that's helping you reach 1111, a better place of creation, because that's really, 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 that's honestly what I want for the rest of the world, including me and the world, whether they want it for me or not, 1122. And I'm not going to get butthurt about how people get there. And if somebody's telling me their snowflake is all crunchy and ugly looking like that, what I consider ugly looking, and they love it, okay, I don't. I'm going to make no apology, and no stank, and no snark, and nothing except clean exit towards, oh yeah, my why I do things is because I care to be working on raising my vibration and bringing anybody into any understanding that might help them, and then helping me walk myself home. Not to their home though, necessarily. And I'm not promising to walk somebody to my house, because you might not like my house. So if I help people walk home, we're all walking to our homes, you know, and we're holding hands and we're going that direction. We're going back to our village, and then we're going to our individual structures where we live in our village. I like that much better. That please walk with me, my earth family, you know, as we're doing this, and you allow me to walk with you. It's a good red home. It's a good red road home. Indeed, it really is. It feels fantastic. And anybody that's not working in that alignment, they're not. And I don't need to question why. I need to only question why would I want to action out in that direction to even question why, other than, do I have work here to do to unblock something other than the blockage of nosy you? Go away. It's none of your business. Go play. And be filling up your bottles and moving on, right? Fill up those bottles and move on, and just let it go and say thank you very much, because that which we, you know, need to understand on a deeper level, it will come back if we open ourselves to that experience, and we allow ourselves to believe that, oh yeah, Spirit spoke to me. I think I need to fill a couple of bottles. It's been a few months probably since I've done this, so 1313. I'm very happy to see that back. I forget about it in between, you know, that it's not a staple. Nothing is a staple, because I'm constantly moving through stuff, right? For me personally. And I respect the fact that, you know, anybody drinking moon water and sun water every day, okay, cool. You know, if it's working for you, please tell me more about what you find when you go into your quantum closet. I'm super excited, you know? I just don't want to hear about all the crunchy, icky, nasty, screaming, splaying, you know, and disobeying snowflakes. That's all. You know, that's all. And I'm working very diligently to keep on filling up my bottles, being so busy that I don't pay attention to how, you know, how I might want to judge that and think it's dumb, or think it's, you know, it's not my place, and it's my ego. And that's when I need to get out of the race entirely and say, why are you judging that again? Oh, because I have a better answer, obviously. You have an answer, Kate. Get away from that situation immediately, because you're putting your nose right where it don't belong. 1414, thank you. It doesn't belong there, then don't put it there. If we don't help you get there, and you aren't curious on your own in the correct way with integrity, don't be curious about stuff that's not your business. And if you get curious about things that are your business, be solid enough in knowing that we're letting you know that's just going to create havoc for you to try to even consider it. Why bother? Just get to the point where it doesn't bother you. Let's talk about that. And those are those funky conversations I'm willing to have, because my why is more important than what happens when that's answered. So take care of yourself. I'll see you again next time. And remember, get within your skin, because you're divine, baby. It's popping. It's absolutely fine. Take care. I'll see you next time. Mwah.